This is
Right.
Trish Kane, CEO and founder of Healerverse. Good morning and happy Friday. Every Friday, we do the Healerverse Roundtable that we feature one of the Healerverse practitioners, and everybody is welcome to join live. If you haven't yet, sign up for Healerverse, 5Dhealerverse.com. Today is 4/17. It's the new moon in Aries. And today we have Heidi, and she's actually coming to us from Australia, which is amazing. I've known Heidi for since probably 2020. Over lockdown, we were part of this underground healer spiritual community. And actually, Heidi has been so powerful and paramount in this whole healer-verse journey. I remember when I was trying to figure out a name for the healer-verse, and actually she was my go-to and all that. Heidi has done hypno sessions on me. She's been such a dear friend, and I don't want to go too much into it. I'm going to hand it over to her right now, but we're going to continue on. Happy Friday, everybody. Hi, Heidi. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. It's actually my Saturday morning super early.
Yeah,
Yeah, 12:40 or something in the morning. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't quite read my screen.
no, you're
Thank
good.
you.
You're good. Yeah,
Thank you
thank
for
you
having
so
me.
much. So, I obviously have known you for quite some time. We've manifested dreams, we've burnt our fears, like all this stuff, right? And I've watched so many of your dreams come true from different things that you're doing with hypnotherapy to having a tiny house on your property, all your beautiful children and your husband and the animals and the sanctuary that you have. What do you want to tell us today?
Oh, a lot's happened since we were in that movement together. Hey, so much in your world, in my world, and just constantly evolving and growing. And I love seeing all your dreams unfold and what you're creating for so many people. It's absolutely awesome. I love it. I love watching you. Yeah, so I'm super excited to be here and to, yeah, share whatever's going to unravel in our roundtable chat today.
I love that. Yeah, so it's all eyes on you today, and like we really want to learn about what you're doing, how we can work with you. I know that you're a hypnotherapy expert. You helped me in a session one time, a specific session. You are amazing at doing a lot of things. So what is like your day-to-day look like right now? And like how do we work with you and all the things?
Yeah, awesome. So the way I roll is I support people create their change within whatever that is for them. Because the work I do, what I'm trained in, it's very like I've actually specialized in quite a few different areas. Um, and I really feel that that allows me to support many people to evolve in whatever way that is for them. So basically what we do is we we identify the areas in their life that they want to shift. Um, and we identify the problems, we get into the nits and grits, and we pretty much just go there once. And then we focus on the outcome, creating that change within and becoming that best version of self in whatever shape or form that is for them. I'm not only just a hypnotherapist, I dive deeper into mindset and wellness coaching. And so, programs are specifically designed for the individual because we're all so unique. And that's a beautiful thing about us humans. And I absolutely love supporting people to really bring out their very own them.
It's amazing. So powerful. So, what are like, is there something like, how do you lead people into it? Like, do you have courses? Like, how do we? Uh,
So yeah, so I have quite a few. Like it depends like what niche we're speaking into today.
okay.
I'm a bit
Yeah.
blasé. So I work with a lot of mums that are actually, really trying to find who they are because, once you become a mum, you get quite often lost. You lose your identity. And I'm one of those people that have been there. And I still get lost sometimes with everything that I do and everything that I know. And that's perfectly okay because, the person who we go to sleep at night isn't who we wake up the next day. And yeah, and with the mum side of things, I'm actually in the process of we're bringing out podcasts specifically designed for mama bears, and I'm really really pumped. So that should be launching in September. So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. That's been a dream that has been birthing for a good couple of years, and it's finally coming to fruition. So I'm super pumped for that. I create retreats specifically for mums, for the burnout mama, and that goes for over a week on my property at my Airbnb, and that's specifically designed so you get the healing, you get the R&R, you get nurtured and nourished by me, and then you have the opportunity to work with me afterwards to ensure you keep creating those beautiful changes and shifting through what you need to shift to.
I want to
Yeah, so
come.
that's
So
yeah.
if I'm a dog mom, can I come?
And dog mums are so welcome.
Thank
So
you.
welcome.
Because I feel like like you're so powerful, and one of the things that I can see is that really helping people to rebirth themselves, renew themselves, maybe find themselves for the first time, right? Because a lot of us put on a lot of masks and screens and whatever we think people need to see in that moment, and to be able to come home to ourselves and find out who we really are is what I feel like you have a superpower with, and to honor that.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. It's something that I love doing. I really, really love supporting women. And, I love being in the retreat space, whether it's one-on-one or if it's at a larger scale. And yeah, I just love it. Retreats are amazing. I really enjoy that. Mm.
So
There's
how
something
does,
about the collective.
yeah, yeah. And are the retreats that you do, is it mostly women from Australia, or people can come worldwide?
People can come worldwide. I would love to share my little slice of paradise with you beauties over in the US and whoever else is listening in the UK. I'm not too sure where else we're floating here.
Yeah, yeah. All over, everywhere.
Mm, yeah,
All
yeah.
over, everywhere. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, I would love to come on one of your retreats. I feel that it would be so nurturing, especially to be in your presence. Do you remember when you built I Love You Week?
Yes, I do. That was a huge dream. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And it's
yeah,
interesting you share the I love you week because it's been something that's been sitting in the back of my mind because that's all recorded. And I'm just like, I wonder if I will bring that, available for people to tap into online.
yeah,
Yeah, so I'm just sitting with it. It's been something that, yeah, it's in the back of my mind. I need to reach out to, I think it was 21 practitioners and healers we had on that, on the I Love You week. So I need to check in with all of them to see if that would be okay.
yeah. I think that would be amazing. We can put it on Healerverse too and promote it on Healerverse. That was so beautiful that you did that.
Yeah, that was pretty special. And see,
Yeah,
that was all birth when because how I've ended up doing what I'm doing, it's you know, that like back then, that, it was all, I was able to birth that I love you week because I had gone through a really rough patch myself and I completely learned how to love myself. And I just wanted to share that with everyone else.
Yeah.
Mm.
Aw. Yeah. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your story? Because I feel like that's how we can always relate to others and get to know people is from their story.
Yeah, I'd love to share my story. So, it's tapping into the hypnotherapy, the hypno land, hypno magic. That's what I like to call it because it is absolutely magical. This beautiful modality that I work with on the daily. Um, so I'd experienced hypnotherapy years and years ago for myself, and that helped me move through my childhood trauma and the grief through my mum. And then fast forward 10 years later, my dad went missing out at sea and never returned. And so that was a whole nother experience. And I leaned on hypnotherapy to help me through that. But it was really interesting how it landed because, I wasn't in a good headspace. I wasn't in a good headspace and I had to choose my happy because I was going down a dark path. And at that stage, I've had all my three kids, and my youngest was like only 8 months old. And so I was still breastfeeding and doing all the things. But yeah, I had to choose my happy because basically I just wanted to get hit by a truck. Not that I'd do it myself, but that's where my headspace was. Um, and anyway, I had to choose my happy. And then one day I was down at the beach with my three boys out in the sunshine. And at that point in my life, um, I had a small clientele of Reiki clients, and I bumped into one of my Reiki clients, and she'd lost her hubby, and she was really, really struggling. Anyway, we're chatting away, and she said to me, Heidi, I just don't know how you do it. And then I just had this download moment, and I said to her, why don't you try hypnotherapy? She's just like, oh, my daughter said that I should do that. Anyway, I just had this download moment. I'm going to become a hypnotherapist. And then, months and months later, I become a hypnotherapist. But not only that, that moment I walked into that training room, I felt that this was the place that my life was headed. My trainers were so warm and welcoming and loving and nurturing. It is exactly what I needed. And during my hypnotherapy training, like it really helped me shift through, the loss of my dad. And no one in that room knew my story except for one lady that came down with me. She's now passed. And she's a special lady in my life. Um, but yeah, to be able to go into a room, no one knowing my story, and for me to be able to like shift through what I needed to shift through to get to the other side is absolutely powerful. And then from then on, I went on to do my NLP masters. So for those who don't know what NLP is, it's neuro linguistic programming. And so I've gone on and done my master's, and from there I've gone on and done my clinical hypnotherapy training. So in Australia, people that have private health funds, if their health funds allow them to claim hypnotherapy, they can do that with me. And then I've gone on and done like other trainings as well, using holistic modalities such as EFT. I've tapped into some energy psychology, um, learn a bit more detail in the Chinese medicine wheel and things like that. So that that download moment, you know, it completely changed my life. And it's not only changed my life, it's changed my family's life. And I get to help people change their lives. And it all happens when you create your change within. And that's what I do. That's my purpose, to support people create their change within and become that best version of self in whatever way that is for them.
Thank you for sharing that, and thank you for what you're doing. It's really special, and you do have a lot of training and stuff, and you've certainly been carrying it out into the world and your energy and your clients. And honestly, thank you. Like the world needs more Heidis, you know? Yeah,
Oh, thanks, Trish.
yeah. Would you
Mm.
be willing to share with us some cool experiences that you've had when taking people into hypnosis? Obviously, without any names.
Oh, cool experiences. What kind of experiences are you looking for?
Maybe like past life or quantum or like intergalactic.
Hmm. Yeah, okay. I'm just you because I've had many, many clients and I have many, many clients. So I was just thinking yeah. One thing that happens with a lot of clients is, sometimes because hypnotherapy is, you're not asleep, you just relax and you are in total control the entire time. Okay. I think maybe we have some fun. Yeah, maybe we have some fun. All
Yes,
right. And you are in control the entire time and you're using your own imagination and taking on the suggestions as they are are their own. Okay. And your body is like a robot and acts accordingly. All right. So with that, can we play, Trish? Can we do a suggestibility test with you?
yes,
Okay, awesome.
yes,
Okay, can you
yes.
please put your arms out in front of you
Hey, let's roll.
and turn your left palm up and take a nice big deep breath in and out and close your eyes. Now, I want you to imagine a large heavy book has been placed on your left hand. In your mind, in your imagination, feel the book getting heavier and heavier. Feel it getting heavier and heavier, heavier and heavier. And on your right wrist is a string with a large helium balloon that is rising to the ceiling. As the right hand responds to being lifted by the balloon just seems to drift higher and higher, higher and higher. Picture the color and size of the balloon as the balloon takes your arm even higher. Concentrate on the images of the heavy book on the left hand and the balloon on the right for a couple of moments and just alternate between the two. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So, how was your experience, Trish? You can bring your arms back down now.
That was amazing. You know what it is too? I trust you, right? Because you're very
Mm.
sweet and easy to work with. I've known you for so long. But yeah, that was amazing. Like I basically felt myself snap into theta state and just like t tap into what you were saying, and the visualization is what had it happen. Like I wasn't paying attention to the consciousness of, yes, pull your arm down and pull your arm up. I was watching it happen, right?
Mm.
Yeah, it was like a visualization. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you for sharing your experience. So,
Yeah.
with that, like everyone responds differently. Okay. So that was your body responding. Okay. You were visually seeing it. You felt it. Whatever your experience was is absolutely perfect. Okay. And your body
Uh-huh.
responded. So that's also showing that you are 100% suggestible to hypnosis. Um, and that's just one of the little fun things that we do in the session. There are other suggestibility tests that I do with people. Um, but yeah, the book and the balloon is one that I use quite often online.
Cool. Yeah, to show
Yeah.
people how it works. And I'm so happy that you mentioned that, hey, you're in control the whole time. Like, so I guess what is the point of hypnosis so people can understand when they see this?
So it's a beautiful way to tap into your unconscious mind, okay? Because the unconscious mind, that's where all your patterns, your program, your memories, your experiences are all stored. And our unconscious mind's designed to protect us and keep us safe, okay?
Mm,
Um, and like we've got our conscious mind. Our conscious mind, that's like only like 5-10% of our brain, right? And then everything else is the unconscious mind.
mm,
And, if I showed you a diagram, I could like, there's like this barrier that we call our critical faculty, okay? And that's what stops the unconscious mind communicating to the conscious mind in a waking state, okay? But when you're in hypnosis, that critical faculty, like you could call it your firewall, your blocker, that critical faculty, it fades away. And then that's what allows the unconscious mind to communicate to the conscious mind. And this is where the great unconscious change happens at a conscious level. So, you know, a lot of, we all have emotions, right? We have experiences in our life that have been traumatic, but everything connects to a feeling, okay? And it's not necessarily the event may have been traumatic, and the event's been and gone, but it's all the feelings that are connected from that traumatic event that keep coming up in the day to the day to the day that keep you reliving the event, because you can never take away your memories, okay? You remember what you remember, and that's just the way it is, okay? But what you can do is you can disconnect the feelings from those events to stop carrying through all the way through to now, okay? For example, I'll use anxiety. Anxiety, we've all got it. It's something that it's there to protect us. Okay. But sometimes when anxiety is taking control of our lives, okay, it's no longer keeping us safe because it's stopping us from living. You don't want to leave the house. You're constantly in that overwhelm. That's where I come in and help. So what we do is we get you to understand your anxiety. You get tools to support you. And so what we do is we go in and we bring your two minds together to work as one, so they're working in harmony. So and that's one thing that I love about what I do. The unconscious mind, it's there to protect us and keep us safe, but it also has trouble processing negative words. So it has trouble processing the won'ts, the don'ts, the couldn'ts, the shouldn'ts, wouldn'ts, and nots. Okay. So, for this anxiety example, a lot of people at a conscious level, they know they don't want to feel anxious. Okay. So they're saying, I don't want to be anxious. Okay. But at an unconscious level, all the unconscious mind is hearing, I want to be anxious, because they're not hearing the not or the don't. So there's this internal conflict happening between the two minds. So what we do is we bring the two minds together to work as one. And, in this example, that's to shift through anxiety, okay, for you to get control back of your life. And, so that's basically what we do. We bring the minds together as one. We interrupt the old patterns and we create new ones, new neural pathways. And, in my world, because I do it on the daily and I've been doing it for so many years, it's just a way of living and being. And that's what I love. I love helping people interrupt old patterns and creating new ones.
we're on a roll now. Thank you so much. Literally, we are on a roll. This is so powerful. So, like, because I don't think that everybody understands what hypnotherapy is. right? And now we do. And some of the stuff you can do. And that is so powerful because, like, in my experience, there's different levels to anxiety. There's that debilitating anxiety, and then there's the subtle anxiety that you don't even know how to label it, right? And it doesn't matter, like, I guess, how much anxiety you have or like the level of it, like, it can all be worked on. And nothing
100%.
100%. And I think too, do you believe this? Because I kind of do, that probably the best way to eliminate anxiety is through hypnotherapy and working with someone like you.
100%,
Yeah.
100%. I work with people that have had debilitating anxiety for years and years and years. And they come work with me and, they've got a whole new release on life. I remember this one particular client actually. She's she's been an anxious person for a big chunk of her life. And, it took her a good maybe 2.5 years to finally get in the room, in the healing room with me, because she reached out to me all those years ago. And we fight, like, she finally was able to get into the healing room, and we worked together. Like, we created a program and we worked on her stuff. And because she was diagnosed PTSD. And by the end of her program, she was going into her doctor's, and a doctor was giving her that label of PTSD. And she's just like, "Can you stop? I no longer have PTSD." She's like, "I understand my emotions. I'm in control of my emotions now." She just said a flat out to her doctor, "No, I don't have PTSD anymore. It's gone." So, it's pretty powerful what the mind can do. You've got to want to create those changes for yourself, because hypnotherapy isn't a do to process, it's a work with. Okay. Because at the end of the day, I always share with my clients that, you know, they're the ones that are doing all the work. Okay. They're the ones that are all doing the work. I am merely just, they're the captain of their ship, and I'm merely just the facilitator, like guiding them to create those beautiful changes that they want to create within.
Wow, Heidi. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, it is life changing. Rewiring everything. And I think too, those are the most powerful people, the ones like that have been through so much. And it's not even the external that creates the internal reality. That's what I have found. Everyone is unique. You can experience the exact same thing, and it's going to make a different impression on everybody, depending on probably what they've experienced this time, past lives, whatever you believe, right? So, like, basically, what you're doing is really giving people the tools and the opportunity to really rewrite the narrative for themselves. Then they are the ones typically, right? That can help more people. Because when you have like literally that debilitating anxiety that you can't even leave the house and then you're roaming around free, what's better than that? If you haven't experienced that, and I know a lot of people have, that debilitating anxiety, that like loneliness, despair, right? To be able to walk around free and go spread love and stuff, the people that are able to do that, those are the most powerful, armed, and dangerous people with love, of course, like in a good way. And that's usually what Healerverse attracts, and that's who's going to see this, right? Like people that are like, yeah. So, do you train people on becoming hypnotherapists? Because is that something we can create and offer through the Healerverse for your next class, or we can create it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%. So, Hypno is my jam. I absolutely love it. I breathe it. And yes, I do train people. And the certification that I train people in it is recognized worldwide. So,
Hmm.
you can work from anywhere basically with the training. And yes, so for anyone that's interested, yeah, reach out to me and, we just have to chat about dates and, to get more specific. And I'm really intentional. So I want to make sure that, that I train the right people and that they're doing it for all the right reasons as well.
Amazing. Are you able to put yourself into hypnotherapy and do stuff like on yourself? I'm just wondering.
Well, all hypnosis is self-hypnosis because we are in total control the entire time and we are the captain of our ship, you
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And we
Yeah.
go into a trance state every day, don't we?
Yeah.
We do all those things on autopilot. Who hasn't driven from point A to point B and they don't remember their drive? Okay. But the unconscious mind got you there safely, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You entered a
Yes.
trance state, you know? So yeah, that's what happens.
Do you feel that technology really creates more of a trance state than ever before?
Technology. So when we're on our phones
Yeah.
rolling, is that what you mean?
Scrolling, is it like GPS? Not GPS. The Schumann residence, guys. It's
Oh,
been like my brain keeps like literally like it's so much fun actually. I'm just like I'm clearing my schedule today for like the last 3 days. I'm like, sorry, can't do anything. Like when you go onto your maps, oh, it's 11:11 EST USA. When you go onto
and
your
it's
map,
one here.
what is it? 12:11?
No, 111.
Is it? How beautiful is that? Look at that.
Yeah.
Us timeline hopping over here. Like when you go on your phone and you go on maps, right? This is an Apple or an iOS device. You go on maps. Like, I don't even know how to get around my own neighborhood. Like, I know how to get around my immediate neighborhood now, but like, no matter where I'm going, GPS. You know what I mean? GPS. Why would I even have to like memorize where I have to go anymore, right? Then you get in the car, da 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 da. Da. I feel like it's easier to kind of you're right. Scrolling, it's easier to maybe like reprogram people today, like unconscious to what they're wanting to be programmed for.
Yeah, yeah, that like, I think technology, yeah, you could go many, many ways with it. With technology like using the maps on it to help you get around.
Yeah.
Um, you know, depends like what language system you operate more on, but if you're auditory and you're literally just listening to that GPS, just following it around, bear left, turn right, in 200 meters, this is what's going to happen.
I'm gonna go off topic for a second. I mean, everything is always off topic on the Healerverse Roundtable. It's on topic, but it's always off topic. How does this work on animals? Can this be done on animals too? Like dogs?
So I've never, hypnotized my
Okay.
dog.
I love
Okay.
your dogs. I love your dog. I love your dog. Okay.
Yeah, little Suki and Pumbaa.
Please
Mm.
share pictures of Suki in the Healerverse group chat so I can like catch up with like the energy of your animals. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
love
They
that
were quite
dog.
excited. Yeah, they were quite excited when I got up before. They're like, "Oh, mum's up!" Like, so they're super
Yeah.
happy. And then I think they've actually realised that it's still nighttime, so they've gone back to bed.
They were excited. They were like, it's time to eat. It's time to go out. That's amazing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember we were
But
on the
just
phone. Yeah, and like Suki was in the back seat. Didn't Suki have babies at one point?
Yes, she did, and we've kept one of the babies, Pumbaa.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah. I remember her sitting in the back seat. She reminds me of my dog. Sitting up prim and proper, straight, like looking around, like pretty sure you were bringing her to the grocery store, like to the food store.
yeah.
Yeah.
Taking her grocery shopping with me. Yeah. And they were sitting they used to sit in like Manny's seat, like my littlest one in the car seat. And yeah, the girls are a little bit lost now because Manny, he's not in his car seat anymore. That was his birthday wish. He turned 7
Oh,
last week, and he's just like, I don't want to sit in my seat anymore. I'm like, oh, I like him there a bit longer, but he is too big. Like he's, yeah, a tall 7-year-old. So I'm like, okay.
that's
So the girls are a
amazing.
bit bummed. They don't get to sit up as high as they used to.
Yeah, that's amazing. Aw. So, okay, so you've never done it on animals. Because I wonder, like, I bet it's possible for like animals that are a little bit like older. Because they're
Well, it
already
is
like,
possible.
it
It is
is, right?
possible. It is possible. As a clinical hypnotherapist, I've got to have a supervisor that I have a monthly session with to check in with. And
Oh,
at one stage, my supervisor I had, um, she was like the old school hypnotherapist. Like she's in her late 80s now. And this was a couple of years ago, and she learnt hypnosis when she was a little girl, and she learnt that through hypnotizing her chickens.
what?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, which is pretty cool. And I was only having this conversation a couple of weeks back with someone about it because we've got lots of chickens now.
Yeah,
Like at the moment we've got like 12 little baby chickens. So yeah, and I was like, oh, maybe I can start playing with them. And
yeah.
so yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I
See
wanna,
what happens.
I wanna like create like a separate group on the Healerverse Telegram. That's your group. Like, can you share some stuff with us in there?
Yeah, you just let me know what you want to share, and I'm there.
Amazing. Yeah, I think it would be so cool to like offer people the opportunity to become a hypnotherapist with you. And then how would that work? They would meet with you also, like you said, once a month or once a week.
No, so when they do their training with me, it's like, it's 4 days of
Okay.
face to face training, and then you've got, your hours you've got to do outside of that. So that's the initial chunk of the training. But then if they want to go on and do their clinical hypnotherapy, that's where I then, hand them over to to Leonie, who she trains the diploma as such. And I go in and I support her every so often.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah, so
great.
yeah. So you train with me, you can branch out in many areas with
Cool.
hypnotherapy and also with NLP. So it's and the training that I do, that I've done, um, it's all heartfelt as well and really specializes. So you can really niche into whatever way you want to flow.
Amazing. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. You're so cute. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Mm.
would love to
Great.
see like what happens with the chickens. That's so cool. Because I
I
haven't,
know.
yeah, I don't really know chickens that well, like as animals. I haven't gotten to unfortunately spend, or fortunately, hypno, hey. Spend a lot of time with chickens, but I would like to. I guess I'm like, wondering where I could go find some chickens nearby so I could go spend some time with them. I know this one girl like nearby has all these animals. She has pigs. I want to go play with her pigs so badly, and I'm going to. So, Goodly,
Yeah, yeah, little piglets. Are they
yeah,
normal sized pigs or are they like little miniature pigs?
I think it's a combination.
I would
Yeah.
love to see a miniature pig.
Me too. I would love to have one. I actually asked the neighbors in my neighborhood if they minded if I got a pig, if I could bring it to the dog park, and they gave me the thumbs up. But then I started Googling, and I understand that I can actually put the piglet in danger by putting it around the dogs. They know the difference, apparently.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that because I
Mm.
was like, they won't know the difference. I know my dog would be fine. He's so kind, compassionate, calm, sweet, and he'd be fine. But like, there's definitely some dogs that would be like, dinner.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
it's
Oh,
interesting.
how
Like,
is Mackie?
he's amazing, and you know what? I bet he would be great with hypno to heal some of his stuff because he is so calm already and very tapped in, but he does have a nervous disposition in some senses. Like he comes everywhere, right? So like he came to lunch the other day, like whatever. He comes almost everywhere, wherever I go. I don't remember where we went yesterday, but he came, you know? No, yesterday, this Schumann residence, we were chilling, but I bet you he would be such a good candidate for hypno. He's already there. He's calm. There's some restaurants that he goes to that he doesn't want to go to. His disposition, which could be a good thing. We don't go to those restaurants. The ones where we go there and he like shakes. I'm like, yeah, we're not going back there again. I basically, we are, I was looking at him this morning and I'm like, Mac, I'm like, we are so much alike. And I'm so grateful for you because he is sensitive. Yesterday we both, well, I woke up at like 5:30 in the morning, normal wake up time, and I went, to the bathroom and then I came out and I was like, dude, are you okay? Because he always like, follows me into the bathroom no matter what. It's like, oh, good, we're gonna have breakfast now. We're gonna go for a walk. But not yesterday. He didn't get out of bed. So I went, I'm like, hey, buddy, you all right? He's like, I really think it's the Schumann resonance right now. That's what I believe it is. Because then we both went back to sleep. Like he didn't want to get up, but I'm like, goody, goody, good, good. Because I don't want to get up either right now, you know? Um, but I think, yeah, I think he would be great for hypno. I think he would be great for maybe even NLP, you know? Yeah.
Mm.
Because he's super
Yeah.
receptive and he's so sensitive and in tuned and he's so calm. I've never met a calmer dog that's just like, he is like a king from a past life. Yeah.
Mm, beautiful. Yeah,
Loyalty.
well, yeah, well, when you think about it, all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. And, when we train an animal, they're trained to listen to commands, like, there's many different, like, there's people that are professional dog trainers and they reprogram, you know, the dogs, don't they? They help reprogram the dogs, but the dogs are ultimately creating that change within themselves, whether it's they're building trust to shift through whatever it is that they've got to shift through. Yeah. So yeah, when they're getting trained by a dog trainer, are they entering a hypnotic state?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Like actually, this is so interesting. I trained my mom's dog, Lola, because she was like, "Ah," and I'm like, okay. So this is what I started doing with her about 6 months ago to get her to like just visualize. And I go, one, two, and then on three, I do something, whether it's throw the ball, pick her up, put on her leash, whatever it is, but I get her attention, right? Because like she was all over the place, right? And my mom like did some training, but then kind of stopped. So I started training her with that method, 1, 2, 3, and I made it up. And it's been good because she knows something good happens on 3. Maybe she gets a treat on 3. Maybe her leash goes on, whatever it is, especially when throwing the ball. Because she would get very like impatient. So like throw the ball. And I'm like, chill out, little girl. She's like 6 kilos. You know what I mean? Maybe 5 kilos. She's a little thing. And it's amazing too. The consciousness of animals is it blows my mind. It really does. They have these little heads and they are so smart and so brilliant. It makes me know that there is God or something out there.
Yeah, they are. They've got that sixth sense, don't they?
Yeah. Like a
Mm.
lot of us have in the
Mm.
healerverse and in our realm. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I love this. This was so good. And honestly, I'm so grateful for you. I love you so much. And is there like, how do we work with you? Like, obviously, people can DM you on Healerverse and you'll get a notification. And you have your website. Do you want to share a little bit more before we wrap it up?
Yeah, yeah. So you can head out to you can check out my website, HeidiLeeWellness.com. And that'll send you in the right paths you want to take. You can check out the Burnout Mama Retreat. You can go to my hypnotherapy website, and you can also check out a my online program I've got there, the Elemental Journey, which is inspired from, you know, the elements, the movement that we were in quite a few years ago together. So it's yeah, pretty special.
Thank you guys. Thank you, everyone. We will see you next week. Have a good day.
Bye.